Hi everybody and welcome to Heel Heat. This is our Ring of Honor show for the week. My name is George Coles and I'm riding solo on this one. First match of the night, which we had two, was Mike Seidel and Zuzu Madhu, who's a new guy, first time I'm seeing him. They're going with kind of a party gimmick. Pretty cool. They had their trunks were like an homage to Eddie Van Halen's guitar, if you know the band style, which most people do. He's one of the most famous guitarists ever. But those two against the American Wolves. The thing I liked, in the past couple weeks they've had new talent coming out on Ring of Honor, but they've had them come out in situations where they're obviously going to lose. Mike Seidel we've seen a little bit of. He's Evan Bourne's little brother. First, like I said, first time we're seeing Zuzu Madhu, and I'm probably butchering it because he had such a weird name. But you put him against the American Wolves, who are pretty much booked as, not if not the best tag team in the company, one of the top 3 or 4. And obviously the Wolves win. The young kids get some good talent. They get the cheat sheet after the match for not following the code of honor when the Wolves offer their hands. Nice opener. I'd like to see more of these guys, hopefully against teams like Red Dragon, Adrenaline Rush, CNC Wrestle Factory. I thought they looked good even in the loss. And next, the final match, which would be the main event, which was for good reason. They did a steel cage warfare, which is basically a one cage, one ring war game style match with no roof, if you follow. And we had a Scum team versus a Ring of Honor team. Started off with BJ Whitmer and Jimmy Jacobs in the ring. They had a little nice little back and forth going. Whitmer starts to get the upper hand. Then Red Titus comes out. Titus and Jacobs get the upper hand on Whitmer. Michael Elgin comes out. Elgin cleans house, which brings out Cliff Compton. Cliff Compton gets them back to where they need to be. At one point, they zip tie Michael Elgin to the cage and take care of BJ Whitmer, eliminating him. But then Jay Lethal comes out. Jay Lethal gets in there quickly, attacks, takes out the scissors, gets Michael Elgin out. So it's back to 3-on-2. Next, Rhino comes in. Rhino goes to hit the Gore, hits Mrs. Lethal, hits Titus. I believe it was Titus. There was a lot going on. Turns around, Lethal hits the lethal injection, eliminates Rhino. Then we have the last guy to come out is Kevin Steen, who they had been teasing isn't going to make it because it was rumored somebody flattened his tires. The whole thing Carino and Kevin Kelly were talking about, and Carino basically admitted to it without admitting to it, in other words. But Steen does come out, but he's followed by Matt Hardy from Scum. And they start brawling. Everybody takes a brawl to the outside. They finally get everybody into the cage. Titus takes an elimination next, I believe. Yeah, it was Titus next. And then Lethal gets eliminated. After that, we have pretty much... No. Lethal gets eliminated. Then we have Elgin and Steen versus Titus and Compton as the last 4. And Titus, while this is all happening, Carino gets in the ring, throws a fireball in Elgin's face. Elgin takes the pin. So now we have Steen left to fight off Compton and Titus by himself. Nigel McGuinness comes out because Steve Carino is pouring lighter fluid all over Kevin Steen and going to light him on fire. Nigel comes out, makes a save, hits a wicked-looking European uppercut. Before that, Jimmy Jacobs is trying to stop Carino from burning Kevin Steen, which he throws Jacobs out of the way. They get up. Steen hits a package pile driver on Titus. 1, 2, 3, gone. Nigel throws Jimmy Jacobs in, hits a package pile driver. 1, 2, 3, he's gone. And there we have it. Scum is disbanded. Well, it was a very, very good match. I would have liked to see it go a little bit longer. I understand the time constraints of television, and this was a made-for-television match. It didn't come off of an iPay-per-view or a specialty show or anything of that nature. It was made for the show, so they have time constraints they have to fill. They could have went the whole hour with it. I understand why they didn't. They didn't want a one-match show, which I think in this case you do, especially since the Scum versus Ring of Honor has been the overlying angle for the last 6-7 months or so, or even longer than that, ever since Carino, Jacobs, and Steen started Scum, which was more than a year ago now. But it's been more so when Scum expanded. I'm liking to see where they're going to go with some of these guys. Are all the Scum guys going to be gone? Are they going to come back at some point? I'd really like to see Jacob stick around, of course. He's awesome. Carino I'd like to see stick around. Cliff Compton. Red Titus, since these TV tapings, has been seen backstage on 2 different WWE shows, so I'd be willing to bet he's gone. Rhino's pretty much a mercenary, so I'm betting he's gone. Matt Hardy, I wouldn't mind sticking around. Like I've said a few times, I've been pleasantly surprised with his work in Ring of Honor. I'd like to see him do more. I could easily see Matt becoming a Ring of Honor World Champion. And Jimmy Rave, who haven't seen much of, but he was part of the Scum invasion, and I'm kind of surprised they used him a few times, but I don't know the backstory. I don't know why he hasn't been used, whether he's been booked elsewhere or what, but he hasn't been used much. Maybe he's someone that comes back. I know that Prince Nana recently posted a post on Twitter talking about connecting with old friends, so maybe we see him come back as part of the embassy again. And I know Jimmy Jacobs and Nigel McGuinness had a semi-confrontation video posted on Ring of Honor's YouTube show where basically Jacobs was saying, I need to come back. I know I understand what I did was wrong. That kind of thing. So hopefully some of these guys do stick around. Some of them are obviously going to go. I know Rhino's gone. I mean, he was never nothing but a temporary stopgap anyway. But, you know, some of the guys, Red Titus is going to go on to, looks like he's going on to the WWE, and more power to him. Make the money while you're still young, kid. I definitely like him as a talent. But overall, I thought it was a good show. I'm going to go rate it in the ratings. If you've seen our show in the past, we have a scale of 1 to 5. Basically, 1 is the worst, 5 is the best. And I'm going to give this show a solid 4. The format was a little bit wonky to me. I wanted to see the match go longer, the main event match go longer. The basically squash match at the beginning could have been done away with. I understand why they did it, just so they didn't have a one-match show. But like I said earlier, I think the importance of that match would have justified the one-match show. If it would have did that one match as the whole show and they spread it out more and more spots, and by the way, Jay Lethal I think was the highlight of it. If anybody watches that, Jay Lethal hit some amazing stuff in there. Not that anybody else was bad, but Jay was awesome. But anyway, basically that's how I feel about it. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Could have been a little bit better. I really enjoyed it though. It was a fun show. Basically that's all I got to say for this. My name is George Coles, and this has been our Heel Heat Ring of Honor show.